Hi, smokers, non-smokers, mom. I hope you're not listening. I love you. If you are, this is all surreal fiction. Okay, before we start, the people hear about that study that came out that like smoking weed would help boost your immune system. I haven't even looked at it. I remember just like shared the motherboard picture from Vice's Instagram, and Instagram was just like, this is fake news. I was like, okay, I guess maybe one of us read the entire article, and it was you, Facebook. This is like why like I love being on Spotify, where I can spread health misinformation, just like Joe Rogan. Just kidding. Fuck that guy. Fuck misinformation. Or, there's a difference between getting confused, and there's a difference between outright lying. Just so you can hug some sort of fucking weird supplement. Okay, I'm reading from this place, India Today, India. I'm not from India. If anyone is or knows anything about India and knows whether this is a good website or not, let me know. But Oregon Health and Science University found that a pair of cannabinoid acids binds to the SARS-CoV-2 spike protein, or what causes the disease COVID-19, or coronavirus, or anyway. Richard Van Breeman. I hope that if I ever have research about weed, that it goes viral in this hilarious way. Yeah, it's just, it's also a very Oregon thing, and I feel, that's not fair. I feel like it could be a Washington thing, too. Okay, so homie is talking about hemp, and which is cannabis sativa. I thought indica could be hemp too. I don't know. One day I will come prepared and research this shit so scientifically I will blow everyone's minds away, or maybe not. That is yet to be seen. I'm happy. I think my vape is getting me a little bit high. I can't get too high. I have class tomorrow. I'm a degenerate, but I have class tomorrow. This article says orally bioavailable. I like that. That's what I'm calling edibles now. Okay, and this is actually funny because one time when they changed Green Revolution, this company changed the recipe to my favorite tincture called Journey. It was the best. You could just add tiny droplets into your Coke, Coca-Cola, and you would have a beverage there. They changed it to add a little bit of, you've heard of CBD. I've never heard of CBG, and this mentions it, and I've heard also some good things about CBG. And this article calls it CBDA and CBGA, but that's really more chemical thing, and that is way above my head. I mean, I even found out the difference between sativa and indica, because I love telling people that I am a sativa person, but or is this just like a marketing thing, or just both? So, since I'm not trying to drink an edible tonight, or drink at least all of it, I got some pre-rolls. I think those are my second favorite things, even though I have a vape and smoking flower. It's really nice, like out of a pipe. But I don't know the name of the company. I believe it's called Height State. I like the sticker that it has. It has a girl, Mimosa, Sativa, a redhead giving a sultry look. A sativa redhead. It reminds me of someone I know. Let's see. I almost never have lighters either unless someone leaves me some, and otherwise I would have to, like, I don't know, use my stove or something, and it's just not a good idea. This is why I like edibles. It makes things so simple. You don't need anything. You need your mouth. That's all. So it's nice. It's, I feel like maybe just 1 gram, 2 grams. It's kind of big. So yeah, the weed thing is kind of boring. So the entire like weed thing, it's cool. Maybe we'll learn more about it, and maybe this will show research as a viable way of, you know, of marijuana. But yeah, it really is mostly like the CBD A and CBG A. If anyone wants to look more into it, and if they do, you can totally tell me. And but it's non-psychoactive, so it's not what we want here. Well, we're not weed shamers here. You can have whatever weed you want, but I'd be careful sometimes. And I always waste the first thing. It just burns worse than microwave popcorn. Kind of smoky. Okay. So let's see what we can find about this place. It's called, I said high, right? Or High State. Yeah, High State Farms, Kelso, Washington. I always wonder if you can only get your marijuana if it's grown in your state. Probably, actually, because otherwise I would think that would be a federal crime. Did I even have a website? Okay, well, let's see. Let's type Mimosa Sativa. Mimosa Sativa high. Well, we will never know how this company fares, or we'll have to research later, but so far so good. But yeah, I mean, really, like, I don't even have my receipt, and you probably never keep, you know, a list of your order. Or maybe I do, but who cares at this point? Do you ever feel like you're living in a failed state, falling state? I think we all feel that way sometimes. Okay, we're gonna have to look this up once and for all. Sativa versus indica. Okay. Putative. That sounds sexy. Okay. It is a species of the genus. English is my second language. Don't make fun of me, please. Cannabis. Whether it is cannabis sativa are truly separate species is a matter of debate. The cannabis indica plant is cultivated for many purposes. The plant fibers can be converted into cloth. Cannabis indica produces large amounts of THC. The higher concentration provides safer effect, making it freeze both as a recreational or general medicine or recreational drug. But, you know, it is this thing in which I still get confused about, or I still won't accept, that you know, maybe indica has a higher THC that, you know, CBD and THC aren't equivalents to. This is more sativa and this is more indica. But I just want sativa to be the one with like 40%, like, you know, THC or something. Could have been a ethnobotanist or something. It's usually a lot of people who either look at plants used by different cultures, or it's kind of anthropology. It's really interesting. Lamarck, isn't that guy from Evolution? Well, we got some big names here. Check that. Yeah, hemp can only be made from whatever cannabis sativa is called. Yeah, okay, so this article, and by that I mean Wikipedia, says although the main, you know, psychoactive constituent of cannabis as is THC, and apparently, you know, the cannabidiol of CBD has shown to block the effect of the THC in the nervous systems. There's synthetic THC. Is that where you buy spice? Called dronabol does not contain cannabidiol or cannabinol or other cannabinoids, which is one of the reasons its pharmacological effects may differ significantly from the natural cannabis preparation. Okay. So it is like a drug. It's a weed drug, especially for people, you know, who might be wasting muscle disease or might not be able to eat due to, you know, HIV, cancer. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, I don't care. Tell me about the THC. Jesus. Oh my god. I've just been having the worst week. And it's so funny. I ran, after getting my medications from the pharmacy, I ran to the dispensary and I told, well, if I have to go get medications from the pharmacy, I should be able to get to the dispensary because there's no delivery of weed, which is ableist, I think, personally. But, yeah, it's been rough. I hope everyone's doing okay. I see that I have a big audience from Germany, or I guess by big audience, I mean some German listeners sometimes tune in, and I just want to say hi. That's really cool. And I mean, just it's really cool to have a lot of, or whoever listens. Thank you. Well, tincture of cannabis is known as Rain Dragon. It's an alcoholic cannabis concentrate. What the fuck have I been drinking? I mean, yeah, the claims that are like for marketing, like, oh, sativa's more stimulant, and I do feel more creative, and it kind of just make me feel, I don't know, maybe way too chill. Maybe that's really weird, because people are like, I have anxiety, I can't, you know, smoke sativa, which is fine, or I can't do edibles ever, because I'll die, just even thinking about it. But this is so weird. You know, like, what is the truth and what is, like, a, marketing claim. But I guess that's kind of what living under capitalism is like. This is an anti-capitalism podcast. I hope you know. Hope you're okay with that. You should be. It'll be fun. Okay, this is a fact, or something someone wrote on Wikipedia. A 2015 review found that the use of high CBD to THC strains of cannabis show significantly fewer positive symptoms, such as... Oh wait, never mind. Never mind. They're actually saying that, that it's better to have a higher ratio to... But it's the positive symptoms. I think they meant, you show something. Because sometimes when you have a negative symptom, people with schizophrenia or sometimes very severe depression, the inability to speak or move, that would be a negative symptom because something is absent rather than something is added. Man, I wish I would have gotten to, done economics instead of social work. I want to understand the economics of weeds. It's really interesting because, in certain states you can still have medical and you pay less taxes. And, it's like everyone gets seeds from the same distributor, usually at the same price, but everyone gets to, mark them as they want, which is fine, which I guess it's nice, because maybe it doesn't feel like there's some sort of, I don't know, diamond cartel fixing the prices. I promise everyone, one day we will come so ready to tell you scientific stuff that first found on Wikipedia and then I jump to the next thing. I guess I love it so much because I have so much manic energy and anxiety, and this, in a way, kind of just helps with focus. So it never gives me more anxiety, it just helps. Okay, this time let's try searching with a different search engine than Google, because we know Google is all up of our business. So, and it already has your pre-perceived suggestions or whatever. There's a million reasons why you shouldn't be using Google. I'm sorry, this is not the InfoSec community. Anyway, but there's a Norwegian, somewhere from the Netherlands, search engine called Startpage, which sometimes is able to look at all these sort of results, but supposedly privately, again, at your own risk, but what's riskier than Google? Let's see. What is the difference between indica and sativa? No, I have not tried your new extension. Okay, Business Insider's the indica sativa dichotomy. What do we call it? A binary. Indica and sativa are the two genders. Come on, please, that was funny. I mean, I guess while it was there, I guess there's no regulation with it, but yeah, they just apparently they there's no way of knowing. I guess it's one thing that physically is just knowing the fact that indica tends to be a little bit more stocky, and if you see those weed plants with kind of the longer leaves and stems, I think those are what they consider sativa. But let's see. So I think again it is kind of these like anecdotal things, but I also I'm really envying a very intense Gemini. So I believe in that sativa is helps me calm me down, but it's also euphoric in a really nice sense. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yeah, we'll never know. I mean, maybe someone out there has taken out a scientific study on the difference between sativa and indica. I know this is basic level stoner shit, but I didn't start smoking until I was 21, okay? And I guess this is a little adventure for now. Maybe it's a small episode, but I hope to see you all soon. And hopefully we'll all be feeling soon and smoking a lot of weed while the world fails. Just kidding. Have a good day.